Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. I hope you're doing well personally and in your trading as well. We're going to talk about the market. I'm going to give you my take on the market. We probably double topped for now, but we'll talk about that in more detail. I'm also going to go over my swing watch list for Monday. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. I've probably said this one line, which is true, the disclaimer is important, but I've probably said this one line that I just said more than 300-400 times. Alright, if you're new to our channel, please be sure to download the free ebook. Link for that is in the description. Also, if you find benefit in today's video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you have any questions for us, please reach out, info@t3live.com. All right, here we go. So the market, we'll start off by taking a look at the Qs, take a look at the SPY, take a look at the IWM. The Qs and the SPY are almost identical, so no real reason to go over each. So the market was pretty bullish on Friday. The Qs, especially the Qs, is basically the NASDAQ, okay? It's the top 100 companies in the NASDAQ, which make up like 97% of the NASDAQ market cap. Was really bullish, and then it ended up selling off. Was up like 1% or more than 1%, only to close on the day, down on the day over 0.5% or so on Friday. So you might say, okay, well, this is definitely a double top. First, it's not a double top until and unless we take out Friday's low, okay? So if we take out Friday's low and we close below it, then you can say that would become a confirmed double top. So again, we take this bar out, we close below it, confirmed double top. But the issue with this double top is we're not very extended. Extended means overbought. So how do you know if we're very extended or not? It's how far away are we from the 20, the blue line? We're not that far away. If, let's say, the double top formed, you know, like up here, you know, okay, we would have a lot of room to drop. So I do think, based on the way we closed on Friday, that we should expect to be lower for a couple days next week. But does that mean this is going to be a long-term top, a short-term top? Only time will tell. There's no way to objectively make that kind of prediction, okay? A lot of times I can. I mean, oftentimes I can tell you with, you know, with a good degree of certainty whether I think a top is going to be short-lived or longer term, right? In this case, it's hard to say because of, I told you, the extension is not there. Now, the most likely course of action is to drop, maybe base, and then roll over, or continue higher, but not to drop and then just crash. That would be surprising to me. We could also just completely ignore that bar. So let's say on Monday the market moves back up, you know, just up to reclaim the 20 on the hourly, and then base is for a day or two, then it's like nothing had happened. That also is completely possible. I think the most likely course of action is lower for a couple days. I don't know how many days. Could be one day, it could be, who knows. And then maybe we attempt to go higher, and then maybe we roll over or go back up. So we'll have to wait and see. So that's the Qs. The same with the SPY, really same exact picture. Not as dramatic as the Qs, always, not as volatile. And then the IWM is the complete opposite. It actually looks higher. You know, look at the move on Friday. So money was coming out of the large cap and into the small cap. Clearly, the IWM closed up on the day 0.5%. I don't know what to tell you. It's the weirdest market I've ever seen. Not really, but it's one of those weird markets where the IWM has looked higher for quite some time, but hasn't moved at all this whole year. So time will tell. I told you what I think is going to happen. Time will tell. In terms of the swing ideas, here's what I got. I have the ANAB, which triggered already on Friday, basically, over that bar's high. But this is a nice pattern on the ANAB. Nice big rounding bottom. So I like it higher. It triggered already, but it's not too late over that bar's high. 25.40, stop under 23.30. Okay, it's a weekly buy setup, and the target would be up here. So it's got a good amount of room. Basically, last year's high or so, around 31, would be my target on the ANAB. AVTE is not a serious play. I don't think it's going to rally that much. But if it takes out $1.77, I like it higher with a tight stop under $1.50. Target would be 250. Okay, on the AVTE. Some of the oil stocks look good. We have one oil stock in the newsletter, in the TRGP, on the weekly breakout that was entered into not last week, the week before. So we have that as an open position, but some of the oil stocks look okay. The DVN I think is okay over that bar's high, which is $48. I think the Oxy, similar pattern. Oxy actually may be even better. So it would be over the base, stop right here, target up here. So that's good R to R, it looks like. It's good reward to risk. And then the EPAM is trying to bottom on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly. That's not bad at all. Let's take a look at the monthly. That has room to move up. It's bearish, but it has room to move up. So this is also another idea. Long over 188.60. Stop under the pivot. 180.60. So it's about an $8 stop. The Ericsson is a long-term play because I like the monthly. Monthly looks really good. One can try it over the highs, which would be 636, it looks like. Yeah, over 636. Or if you want a sooner entry with a tighter stop right here over 620, stop under 574. Either way, it has the same stop, whether you enter over 620 or 636. But I like it a lot as a long-term play. I know it's boring, and I know it's, you know, it's not, it's like low-tech Ericsson, right? But it looks really good on the monthly as a longer-term play. The GMED is a daily breakout. It triggered on Thursday, but it looks good still on the monthly. It's a 1, 2, 3. So over that bar's high, which is 69.12 by 64.19, target the prior highs about $80. The GRND, a little bit late. Here's the weekly, and here's the daily. So a little bit late. The best entry would have been right here on the daily buy setup. Stop right here. I didn't do it. So now it has another entry as an hourly base breakout. So over the base, and I would put the stop right here. Give it plenty of room. It's like the RXO, you know, it's the same thing. I got into it on Thursday, on Thursday, but I gave it quite a bit of room, and I gave it to I don't know the whole number basically. I think I can check, but I gave it some room. It came in, didn't stop me, and then on Friday took out the prior highs. So it looks really good. Now I can raise my stop to 24.40. So similar concept here. Wide stop initially, in case it pops a little bit, triggers, and then comes back in. But once it takes off, one can always tighten up on the stop. The NU looks like the grind, but not as bullish maybe. It recently broke out on the weekly chart, so long right here, stop right here, okay? On the NU, and then path. Weird, this thing was looking really weak, and then it got bought out of nowhere almost. If you look at the weekly, that's not bad at all. If you look at the monthly, I guess it got bought off support, that's why. So basically it would be over that monthly bar's high, so over 1273. I think it was over, yeah, 1273, this bar's high, whatever, 1273. Stop, instead of under $11, which would be here, I would just put it right here for a tighter stop. So over 1275, stop under 1175 for a $1 stop with a target of $18. It's a little bit suspect, I think. It's a bit of a, you know, because it was so weak, but something got into it, but I like it. Stitch Fix triggered on Friday. I like it on the weekly a lot. So, you know, again, a little bit late, but over the highs, stop all the way down here so as to not get shaken out of the Stitch Fix. The TOST, I don't think it's quite ready, but I really like it on the monthly chart. Here's the monthly, looks really nice. So over the base, stop under it on the TOST. There's also RSKD that looks good long term, but it's not quite ready on the daily. I mean, if you're in it, you're in it, but I wouldn't get in it on Monday. And then there's the RSI, which also looks really good on the monthly. There's also LE on the monthly that looks good. So there's a bunch that I'm always watching, right? But what makes the list are the ones that I think are ready to go on Monday. I scan every day after the close, and I update the list. The VSTO is very similar to the GRND, very similar. So it's actually a little bit neater, like tighter pattern. Entry over the base, stop right here. If the market was bullish, I'd use the tight stop right here. Okay, amazing. But since the market is a little bit questionable, I'd use the wide stop, 36.50 on the VSTO. And then the last one on my list is the VZ, which I got. Remember I talked about AT&T. Remember I talked about it in the live stream that I did with Scott and Dave and JR. I think it was last week or the week before. So that took off already. So it's too late on to get into the T, but VZ has not. So long over the base, can use the tight stop right here. I wouldn't, since the market is a bit questionable. I would just give it the whole thing, which is 38.50 as a long-term play. Both AT&T and Verizon have like a 6.5% dividend, I think. So that's not bad. And I would target $50 or so on the VZ. AT&T, if we look at it on the larger time frame, it's the same thing, but it's off to a better start. So it's been in a multi-year downtrend. In fact, I think it made a 20-year or all-time low. Yeah, it did. Basically going back to, I mean, I can go back as far as 1996, and that's it. So that's 28 years. That was a new low down here. But you can see on the monthly, it's bottoming. And it looks good because it's also defensive in case the market drops. This is a defensive stock. It's a little bit late now, but I like it for the long haul. And I like the VZs. Not as much, but it looks good, especially given, you know, the wide stop. If you use the wide stop, I think this looks good long term. So VZ, AT&T, which I don't have on the list, and the Ericsson would be all long-term plays. In terms of the short-term short plays, we have the GNLX. If you're not in it already, this triggered a couple weeks ago, but still looks good. Under the base, stop above it, the GNLX. The JBL, I was watching it as a short like last week, somewhere here. It went up, so I ignored it a little bit, and then it broke down on Thursday. Now has a 1, 2, 3. It's actually not bad. I just wish it had like a stronger setup, a stronger stop, more secure stop. Then I'd do it, but it's a beautiful 1, 2, 3 on the daily. So basically, under the red bar's low short, stop over that green bar's high. Okay, and target would be, I'm not sure, is it 102 or is it 100? About $100, I think, is the target on the JBL. So I like it. A little bit difficult, but it's probably the best short that I have on my list. NVIDIA I have on the list because I think this was the top on NVIDIA. So now we have the lower high. If you got it that day, great. If not, can probably do it off the lower high right here, which means, let's take a look at the weekly chart. I wouldn't wait for the weekly bar's low to get taken out, because then it would be too big of a stop. So right here short, stop right here, and target $100. Okay, on the NVIDIA. Possible. I'm not gonna do it unless, you know, unless it does something really interesting over the coming couple of days, but this would be interesting. You can also do just the semis, the SMH. No, the SMH doesn't look as good. Still above the 20, so I don't think I would do the SMH. I was surprised to see the SMCI get sold, failed almost, basically, on that pop. That looked really good on Thursday. So now it's not looking too good. I think AMD still looks okay. Yeah, AMD still looks okay over the double top as a long-term play. But, you know, if NVIDIA comes in, I wouldn't do the other semis. Starbucks, probably not ready or too late, but I wouldn't do it just yet. Beautiful weekly chart on the Starbucks. That's a sell setup that triggered last week, so we gotta wait for the next entry. WBA is similar to the JBL in that it's a 1, 2, 3, but you know, again, the short list for Monday is not very good, so maybe on Tuesday. So under 1168, stop over 1269, $1. And WAR, I don't think it's quite ready yet, but basically under the double bottom there, stop right here on the WOR. And then ZNTL is basing, so the longer it bases, the better it becomes. And then short under the base, stop above it. Some of these might trigger on Monday, but I think the vast majority of the shorts will trigger probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. I know next week we have Thursday off for the 4th of July, and then Wednesday is a shortened day, so the market closes at 1 p.m. But we'll see what we end up doing. All right, thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Again, if you found benefit in this video, please be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, send us an email if you have any questions, and I wish you all the best with your trading next week. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.